Last time, when we talked about recalls, Toyota recalled 150,000 vehicles with the Tacoma, Toyota Camry, and the Lexus NX and RX vehicles. These were two different recalls, and they were two different issues. And today, we're looking at another recall from Toyota, this time with 185,000 plus vehicles, and it's the Toyota Sienna, a people mover vehicle. So this one is important, especially if you put someone on the third row seat. In this video, we will review the press release and look at the root cause of this recall. And without further ado, let's get to it. Hey, it's LSFT here today, and today we're here to look at the recall for the 2021 to 2025 model year Toyota Sienna minivans. And this time, it's 168,000 vehicles in the United States. But you can see here, we did say 185 because the 185 plus is actually North America, or you can say Canada and United States. So we don't know how many are there in Mexico and Asia and the other regions or countries that they've stated here. So let's look at the Sienna. If we go to Wikipedia, you can see that starting early 2021, the Sienna had became available in Taiwan and in Mexico. So those are the two countries that we see that have the Sienna. And also in 2021, the Sienna was launched in China, produced by GAC Toyota, and that's rebadged as the Toyota Gravana in China, and that is done by the FAW Toyota. So there's two different Toyotas in China. So they're joint ventures, one with GAC and one with FAW. The GAC is actually, they've launched the Sienna, and then the FAW Toyota has the Toyota Gravana, which is a rebadged Sienna. So we have China, Taiwan, and Mexico in this equation, and 185,000 does not include that. All right, so let's go back and look at the press release. So what they're saying is the bolts connecting the split 60-40 third row seats backs to the recliner assembly may not have been tightened to specifications, causing the subject vehicles to not meet certain safety standards. A seat back in this condition may not perform as intended, leading to an increase of a risk of an injury for the seated occupant if there was an accident. So what they're doing, they're saying that the dealers will tighten these bolts on the third row seats assembly to the proper specification free of charge. So this recall seems to be good. They're only just tightening the bolts, and they're not really needing to replace the third row seats or anything. So what they're saying is they'll notify customers mid-April 2025. Okay, so now let's go and look at the Canadian one, because I think it's usually a carbon copy. The only difference is 17,684 vehicles are recalled in Canada. So everything else is exactly the same as the press release in the United States. So now let's go and look at the root cause. Follow me on Instagram at LSFT videos. You can see updates on my experience with the NX 450H Plus, which may not be shown on any future videos. You can reach out to me via direct messaging if you have any questions on your Lexus. If you like this video, you can provide me feedback in the comments below, like this video, share it with your friends. This definitely will help with the YouTube algorithms. Press the subscribe button and bell icon and get notified when new videos show up. And lastly, if you want to support me further, you can provide me a super thanks, or visit my Amazon storefront before you purchase anything from Amazon, or you can purchase products from the list on the items that I've been using with my vehicle or at home at no extra cost to you. And now let's continue with the video. Alright, so here we have the non-compliance information report. So you can see that it's the Sienna is made in Indiana, Princeton. So that's where the manufacturer places. And you'll see that the third row assembly is built in Indiana as well. It's a sister company of Toyota, and it's Toyota Boshuki, Indiana. It's also in Princeton. So it's made there and then shipped over to the manufacturing plant. So you see that TMNI is actually in Indiana, and it's really centralized in close to Kentucky and close to the Ontario plant as well. So when you look at the TMNI and the supplier, they're actually very close. It's like a 10-minute drive, 4.5 miles away. So once they get the seats in, they only 10 minutes, it'll arrive to the plant to get assembled to the Sienna. So they're saying that the 2021 to 2025 manufactured in TMMI from October 13th, 2020 through January 27th, 2025. So meaning they knew probably around late January that there's a problem. So when you look at the parts, one is the left side and one is the right side. And I think these are not cheap parts. All right, so then it's 167,802 vehicles involved. So in the recall, they did say it's 168, so it's actually a little bit less than that. They rounded up. It's 167,802. So the description of the non-compliance is that the subject vehicles with the split 60-40 third row seats assembly, the seat backs on the both assemblies are bolted to the recliner plates on each side. These bolts in some of the vehicles may not have been torqued to a specification at the specific manufacturing facility of the specific supplier. So this is not something wrong with the TMMI. This is actually when they actually did the third row seats in that other manufacturing plant, they did not torque the bolt to the specification. So then they're saying that in certain crashes, if an occupant is seated in the third row seat, a seat back with a low torque bolt may not perform as intended. So it's possibly that the seat may fall out or that bolt may cause some issues. So in December 2024, during the routine inspection of the vehicles, at a specific production facility, a Toyota member found a seat back to the recline plate had a low bolt torque in the third row seat assembly. An investigation at the seat supplier found that the bolt torque check could be intermittently bypassed. So meaning some of them were actually checked, some of them were not checked. So that's why probably over the 185,000 that we're looking at, not all of them need to be rebolted. But hopefully that's where the recall is just to double check. So assessments were made concerning the potential effects on the third row assemblies if they contained low torque bolts. So on February 6th, it was determined that some seat assemblies may not meet the requirements, so that's why they're doing the recall. So what they're saying is all known owners of the subject vehicle will be notified to return their vehicles to Toyota dealer. The dealer will then tighten these bolts on the third row seat assemblies to the proper specification free of charge. So I would say, since we know about this, maybe you don't need until April 14th to actually get this done. You can, like, when you actually go and do like an oil change or something, maybe all they really need to do is just go in and just check the torque of those bolts and make sure that they're tight. You don't even need parts. So I think this is something that they could have done a little bit earlier. April 14th seems to be a little bit late. Like it takes 2 months to notify them and get it done. You might as well just go to the dealership at your convenience and then have them check it and then just tighten it if it's not tight enough. Not even need to replace the bolt. So I think this is a simple issue that they can easily fix. So there we have it. The campaign is 25T05, so this is the 5th recall that they've done in Toyota land in 2025. So as usual, they did say by April 14th, but they will be sending out notifications by snail mail by March 31st. So between those 2 weeks, you probably would get a letter from Toyota on this recall. But overall, when you look at it, it's not too bad, but if there's no need to put someone on the third seat, then don't. At least we know that it's just tightening the screws, making sure that it does meet the design specifications for the safety of the third row compartment. So there we have it. So it does look like it was an error on the seat manufacturer. It's a sister company of Toyota, so no excuses to Toyota there. But then, do you think that the quality of Toyota is gone down? This is purely made in USA. The seats are made in USA, the assemblies in USA. Is that the reason why some people still believe that Japanese-made Toyotas are better? Let me know in the comments below. I hope that you found that this video was informative, and until next video, drive safely. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please comment, like, share this video, and if you want to see more videos like this, you can subscribe to my channel and press that bell icon to get notified when new videos are posted. And if you'd like to support this channel, you can provide me a super thanks. And until next time, cheers.